Hello everybody, Battlewolf here. I'm gonna have to apologize early if things may be different or if I'm not getting 100%. After I finished filming this video here, Let's Play 8, Fraps, the program I used to record this, crashed. And therefore, everything that I did was gone. I could not recover the video. It was unusable. So I had to redo it, but I forgot to save it right after I was done with part 7. So now I had to do that all over again. But instead of re-recording that with doing also the narration and stuff, I decided just to go ahead and rush through it really fast. And I may have missed a few things, I'm not sure. I tried to do everything that I did to make sure I still get that 100%. I did notice though, I forgot to do one thing. I forgot to talk to everybody in the next room that's over here. So we will do that as soon as we're done here. But we got the Romulan laughing gas, or Vulcan laughing gas.
This container contains tantalum bilithium phthalodihydroxide, the infamous Romulan laughing gas.
So we have that now. So let's go ahead and head on over out of here. And let's talk with everybody.
When you're finished admiring all the equipment, Bones, maybe you can help us figure out what's going on here.
Jim, this lab is incredible. What I wouldn't give to have some of this equipment on the Enterprise.
This level appears deserted, sir, but I'm worried about a Romulan counterattack. They outnumber us.
This is a very well-equipped laboratory, Captain. Perhaps Dr. McCoy could be of some use here.
If this was a real Star Trek episode, they probably would have had already like 5 red shirts come down here with them, and they probably already be dead. Okay, well, we need to find a cure for that virus that's affecting Spock, because Spock can die, and that is something in here. If you take too long, Spock will die. Now, McCoy, there was a thing in our database about ammonia. Excuse me. And it's very peculiar because they said ammonia was kind of like a help sterilize. So it could be that maybe ammonia could work on the Ouroboros virus. It is an interesting thing to try out. Also, why would they put ammonia into the database on this game? That's a little hint for you guys. So let's go ahead and get ourselves some ammonia. So first of all, what we need to do is deactivate the tanks.
Gas feed is off.
Now, ammonia said was I think it was like N3H or H3N. I think it was actually N3H. So we need to put that tank there. We only can put 2 tanks at a time, so we need to take the oxygen tank off.
You attach the anti-grav unit to the gas tank. It can be moved freely.
And then connect the N2.
You install the gas tank to the synthesizer's feed lines.
That's a weird sounding for a tank. Alright, let's go ahead and reactivate the feed.
Gas feed is on.
Alright, now let's have Spock.
The machine synthesizes a liter of ammonia.
I hope you don't want me to swap the deck with that, Captain.
I think we can set this aside and not worry about it.
Alright, let's go ahead and grab that.
You take a 1-liter container of ammonia.
If you open up the ammonia in the presence of the lieutenant, he will indicate that it smells.
It's what I was afraid of, Jim. I think Spock is getting worse.
Okay, he's on the 2nd phase. I think it goes through 4 phases. First he'll cough, then he says he's getting worse, then he'll cough again, and then he will pass out. Or actually die. I don't know why he dies before the Romulans do, but he does. Maybe because he's exerting himself, or maybe the virus affects Vulcans slightly different than Romulans.
This petri dish was found in the freezer. It contains a sample of the deadly Ouroboros toxin.
I think that's what these tapes here are. These tapes are quarantine tapes. I wonder if the Ouroboros toxin was accidentally created inside this synthesizer here. And that's why this is sealed off and why Spock says they can't get it working just yet. Okay, let's take a look at the ammonia.
This blue-gray container holds 1 liter of ammonia.
Alright, so let's go ahead now and put that into that whatever this thing's called. What is it called again?
This device is used for the rapid reproduction of virus cultures in the presence of suspected anti-agents.
Okay, it doesn't have a name. Alright, let's go ahead and place the ammonia in there. Alright, and let's go ahead and place this in there. Let's walk away. Let's have Bones use the equipment.
Eureka, this is it, Jim. There's not much, but all I need to do is synthesize some more, and we're in business.
Okay, so let's go ahead and pick that up.
You retrieve the Ouroboros cure sample.
Aha. Alright. Now since we have that, we can go into here. And we can synthesize up a cure for Spock here. Place that in the chamber. And then we'll have McCoy synthesize it for us. And there we go, hypo spray.
You take the hypo with Ouroboros toxin cure. This is Dr. McCoy's cure for the Ouroboros toxin in a hypo.
Alright, so let's go ahead and use it on Spock.
There, you're now cured.
Thank you, Doctor.
Finally, a human response.
Of course he does. Alright, now let's go ahead and just give him a quick medical scan to make sure.
He's been cured of the Ouroboros virus.
Yep. Okay.
All life signs are normal. All life signs are normal. All life signs are normal.
It says normal, kind of weird, but that's supposed to be because he's supposed to be a country doctor from the south, so he has kind of that southern, I think, more of kind of like, I think, kind of a Texan sound to it. But, alright, well, we don't need the N2 container there anymore, so let's deactivate it. Now, we can make nitrous oxide and
Gas
then open it
feed
up.
is off.
Sorry. That we can create nitrous oxide and open it up in the atmosphere to make Kirk McCoy and the lieutenant say weird phrases throughout the thing. Like I said again, it takes a long time to do, and eventually pass out. I'm pretty sure if you look around the internet, there might be a video somewhere that shows them saying those things, and I might release a bonus video in the future of me showing some of those phrases, and I'll just cut it, and show you certain parts of that. But it just takes too long to do, and I want to get through the main story. Okay, so let's go ahead and take off the N2 container.
You attach the anti-grav unit to the gas tank. It can be moved freely.
Okay, so let's now connect the O2.
You install the gas tank to the synthesizer's feed lines.
Alright. Now let's go ahead and turn it back on.
Nothing happens.
Oh, come on. There we go.
Gas feed is on.
It's very picky. Alright, I'm keeping it like that right now because, well, you'll see why. So I'm going to have it all prepared and ready for us. Okay, now we got to take care of the Romulan business down there. And And to do that, we use that laughing gas, because it says it affects the same way as humans, where it...
I don't suppose you'd enjoy the psychological release of a few good belly laughs, Spock. We could open the canister right here, if you like.
I would strongly recommend against it, Doctor.
I don't think I talked to everybody here.
Sir, I'll watch the door so we don't get cornered.
Captain, we can introduce the Romulan laughing gas into the station's ventilation system from here.
At least all this equipment appears to be operating.
Oh, the station's fusion reactor. Very nice. What are we going to tour next? The ventilation system?
Several hints there. The Romulan laughing gas, and also what McCoy said, the ventilation system. And we already know there, and Spock even said that for the gas here too. So let's just go ahead and roll it down. It says it works like nitrous oxide does to humans, where it creates euphoria in the causing them to pass out. So let's go ahead and see what we do.
With a hiss, the Romulan laughing gas billows down the vent. You hear the muffled sounds through the vent of hearty Romulan laughter, followed by the dull thud of bodies hitting the deck.
I really wish they would have put sounds of bodies hitting the deck. Alright. Now that the Romulans are done with, let's go and walk by and see if there's a phaser blast or not. Nope. Let's go ahead and head on down.
Well, there's a first time for everything.
First time for what?
Being surrounded by Romulans and not at gunpoint.
I have been in more comfortable situations, Captain.
I know, Mr. Spock, but we'll get through this.
One of my cousins says that one of his co-workers worked for Interplay back at the time when this was being recorded for the video, for the CD-ROM edition, and that William Shatner was not very enthusiastic about doing this. He just kind of went through his lines and then went through, and you kind of tell sometimes that Captain Kirk, William Shatner's voice in this sometimes sounds like he's kind of irritated. But that's just Shatner.
These Romulans appear to be a negligible threat, sir.
Yes, they are.
Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a diplomat. I've got to try to save these men.
Alright, let's take a look at all of them.
Ensign Ferris is looking at the Romulans in case one of them decides to try something.
How?
Mr. Spock is his usual stoic self. James Kirk views the scene with concern.
Damn it, I'm a doctor, not a diplomat.
Oh, he always says that. That's one of his best lines. Alright, let's scan them.
Jim, we've got to help these men before they die.
He's dead, Jim. Okay. Let's go ahead and cue them all.
The Romulans stir weakly, then begin to get up. They've all been cured.
They're severely dehydrated, but they'll live. We got to them in time.
Okay. So let's go ahead and scan them and see what the says.
The Romulans have been cured of the Ouroboros virus, but they're severely dehydrated and need some rest.
He's on condition talk right now. Okay, well, let's go ahead and give them the water.
The Romulans drink thirstily and empty the container.
Take it easy now. You'll feel better in a few minutes. Good thing we had the water available, Jim.
We aren't barbarians, in spite of what some people think.
Okay, but that takes care of our water, but we have more Romulans to take care of. So, let's go ahead and get some more water. Okay, we'll just have... You know what, I'm just gonna have Kurt do it. He's closer. And he hasn't done anything yet.
The machine synthesizes a liter of pure water.
A clean drink of water, but I don't see its application in the context of our difficulties, Captain.
You take a 1-liter container of pure water.
I like that it's pure water. Doesn't have anything in it. It's probably tastes really good. Especially also when you're dehydrated. Water kind of has a sweet taste to it. Why? Because your body is so desperate for it. Let's take a look around in here.
This is the Ark-7's crew quarters. There are only Romulans here.
There must be more beds that we can't see from our field of vision here. But it looks like these connect up to the reactor up above.
This ladder leads back to the research lab.
Looks like... Oh, what am I gonna...
This door leads into another section of the base.
It's restricted. Let's see if... Spock...
Except for the Romulans, I can detect no other life forms in this room. Nothing to report, Captain.
Alright, let's see, McCoy.
There's nothing there There's nothing there
Aha!
The Romulans have been cured of the Ouroboros virus.
Okay, let's go ahead and go into here. Oh.
Jim, it's you! Please untie us!
Hey, would you please untie us?
Go ahead and untie them.
Thank God it's you, Jim. I'm so glad you came.
Okay. Let's go ahead and scan them to make sure they're okay.
They've been through a good deal of stress, but they're already starting to recover. Their heart rate is dropping and their blood pressure is also dropping. The hostages are scared but fine. The laughing gas did the trick, Jim, but the Romulan is still very, very sick. He's only got hours left.
Okay, so let's go ahead and talk with everybody.
Thank you for saving our station, Jim.
It's about time someone got here.
Hello, Carol. It's good to see you again.
There was a time when I wouldn't have agreed with that statement. But I guess some things do get better with age.
You always could put me in my place, couldn't you?
That's the one thing I could never do. Your place was wandering the galaxy, and that's the one thing I could never give you.
Fascinating equipment. I believe I have seen this sort of equipment someplace before.
We're testing the effect of radiation on combinations of simple and complex molecules. We're trying to see what new forms of life are developed and how they compare to our own early development.
Fascinating.
Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a diplomat. These people will be fine. I've got to try to save the Romulans.
These Romulans appear to be a negligible threat, sir.
You already said that. Alright, let's look at everybody.
Dr. Carol Marcus, head of this station's research team. Dr. Anthony Cheever, the assistant of Dr. Marcus. James T. Kirk, glad to see Carol Marcus again, yet slightly uncomfortable. Mr. Spock is fascinated by these machines. Dr. McCoy is viewing the scene with interest. Ensign Ferris is wondering when they're going to give him a tough assignment for a change.
So essentially the ensign, I don't know why I keep calling him lieutenant, but the ensign, essentially what he's saying is he wants to be a red shirt, casualty. Because if he wants a tough assignment for a change, he's probably going to die, because that's what happens in Star Trek. If you are not a main character, you will die, especially if you wore a red shirt. In the Next Generation and Deep Space Nine and on, it mostly went to goat shirt. But still, the meme stands, red shirt, you will die. except if you're Scotty or Aurora. But like I said, you have to be, if you're main character, you won't.
Some odd-looking equipment connected to the torpedo.
What does this stuff do? What's going on here?
We're conducting research into the origins of life in the universe. This is our equipment. We believe that, well, I guess you don't have the time. You can get the background in my doctoral thesis.
An odd-looking device, almost like a 20th century torpedo fitted with an experimental gear.
My God, that's some kind of weapon.
Everyone on this project is an avowed pacifist, Doctor, myself included. We do not make weapons.
This is a very advanced research laboratory. This Romulan commander is unconscious.
Okay, so that's the commander. Now, looking around, I can't view anything else. So, let's go ahead and... excuse me. See if, Spock scan this.
Fascinating. This device contains over 10 million forms of life. Patterns I have never seen before.
We call this the cradle, Mr. Spock. One day I hope something wonderful would be produced here.
I believe this is all the very beginning of Genesis. It is the Genesis torpedo, the very early form, like a prototype of it. It will still take about 20 years before she ever gets Genesis going, because a lot of people don't know that between the motion picture Star Trek, the first movie, and Wrath of Khan, roughly has about 10 years apart from each other. In fact, if you ever seen Generations, the part where he was talking to Picard at his cabin in the mountains, and he said that this was the day that he said he was going to go back to Starfleet, that was before Wrath of Khan. Just to kind of put perspective on the timeline. That's why the uniforms changed so much from those gray jumpsuits they were wearing in the motion picture to the really cool military jackets from Wrath of Khan. And I have to say, I think the movie from Star Trek 2 to 6, those are some of the coolest uniforms they have. Also later Deep Space Nine and the First Contact movie. Right now they do look like kind of like pajamas, like people call them to be. Okay, well let's go ahead. I'm wasting enough time here. Let's go ahead and... Did I grab the water? Yes I did, okay. Alright, let's go ahead and wake up this guy.
The Romulan Preax stirs weakly, then begins to get up. He has been cured.
He's severely dehydrated, but he'll live.
Guess I can scan him. Okay, let's go ahead and give him the water.
The Romulan Preax drinks thirstily and empties the container.
Take it easy now. You'll feel better in a few minutes. Good thing we had the water available, Jim.
We aren't barbarians, in spite of what some might think.
Okay, so let's go ahead and talk with him.
I have called off the Romulan attack on this station, Kirk. I believed your virus was some kind of deliberate attack, but your great honor and compassion have convinced me otherwise.
Still has that arrogant sound to his voice.
You also conducted yourself in the most honorable fashion, Centurion Preax. You may return to Romulan space without Federation interference. I assure you, the Federation would never undertake such a foul program. It was all an accident, right, Dr. Marcus?
That one's okay to do, but you'll get like a 98% for some weird reason.
Save it for someone who's buying, Preax. Leave Federation space immediately or we'll scatter your atoms across the quadrant.
And that one will really make Starfleet mad.
You also conducted yourself in the most honorable fashion, Centurion Preax. You may return to Romulan space without Federation interference.
Doing this one will make Federation happy because how you treated him was a diplomatic way.
You are an honorable adversary, Kirk. Jolon True.
Jolon True is like the artist saying Godspeed or good luck, live long and prosper, so forth.
You are also a worthy opponent, Preax. May you live long and prosper.
And you won't see the Romulans again. I don't think you... I think you see him maybe... No? No, you don't see him again, unless if you go to the wrong area. Where's the never? Of
You'll
course.
never cease to amaze me, Jim.
Goodbye, Carol.
Goodbye, Jim.
Well, gentlemen, let's go home.
Sorry if this video is running long. I just want to get this one done, so we're not starting at the very end. It's almost over.
Message from Starfleet.
On screen, Lieutenant.
We have read your report on the problems at Arc 7 and evaluate your performance at 100%. You and your crew received 4 commendation points. A perfect mission, Jim. You are a model for all Starfleet.
I wonder if I'll see Carol again.
Well, if you don't, you can always drown your sorrow in some Romulan ale.
That's illegal, Bones.
Tell that to the Romulans, Jim. I found a whole case they brought on board the Arc 7.
They'll never replace Scotch, Captain.
That it won't, Mr. Scott.
Or whiskey. I think Scotch is whiskey. Or maybe something different.
Another fine mess.
Priority message from Starfleet.
On screen, Lieutenant.
We have reports of an undetermined number of Elasi pirate ships in your sector. You are ordered to proceed to the Harlequin star system immediately and investigate. Starfleet out.
The Lassie Pirates again. Okay, well, here is where I'm going to end this video. When we come back on, we will find out what the Lassie Pirates are doing in the Harlequin system, and we will also find out what is all about the Harlequin system. This next one is going to be very interesting. I'll have to say that now. So, let's go ahead and
game.
save this. And I will see you all in the next episode.